is want less. All right? It's simple. Want less, because the more that you want from people, the more you have to do to get it, and the more disappointed you're going to be in a lot of ways. All right? I don't want that to sound negative, but people are not the most consistent. All right? They're not the most consistent, and you can't always get what you want from people. When you want less, it means that you're secure and happy in yourself. All right? The attitude you want is, I'm secure and I'm happy in myself, and anyone else who's going to come into my life is just a nice bonus for me, and the relationship's going to be good for as long as it's going to be. And if the relationship has to end, it ends, whether that's with a guy friend or with a girl. If it stops becoming good, then you end it, because you're not super attached to it, because you want less than everyone else. Everyone else wants so much, and they're always disappointed, they're always angry at that person, they're sad the person didn't do what they want, they're always grasping onto the person, they're always trying to make the relationship last longer than it should. They're using guilt and shame to manipulate someone. I did all this for you, you should at least come to this thing for me. This is not the place that we want to be. This is not living in the light. This is not living at the higher level of consciousness. You want less, okay? I have low expectations for people, because my experience with people is that the vast majority of people are not consistent, they're not reliable, and they're not constantly bringing value. All right? Now, that's not I'm not trying to sound negative. I'm just saying that's been my experience. But I have low expectations, all right? And I'm rarely disappointed, okay? I rarely go into a date thinking like, this girl's going to be the best thing in my life and it's going to be beautiful. I just go into the date like, let's see how this goes. I don't think like I have to get sex, or if she flakes on the date, like I didn't put my hopes into it. I just look at every date as like, let's see how this goes. If she doesn't show up, or we don't have chemistry, or there's something about her I don't like, it's not a big deal, because my expectations weren't so high. My expectations are low, so I don't get disappointed. And on the flip side to that, I get to be pleasantly surprised when I meet a guy who's super cool or a girl who's amazing. I'm like, oh man, I didn't expect too much, and now it's turned out to be fantastic. All right. My expectations for myself are very high, and for my business and for all these things that I'm doing. I have big dreams and all these things, but that's because I have a good amount of control over my own business, and I have a good amount of control over what I'm doing. All right. With other people, you don't have control. No matter how tight your game is, you can't control what someone else is going to do. You can only control what you're going to do. So when you have lower expectations, you don't really get disappointed, and you get to the situation where you're pleasantly surprised. You're like, I didn't expect that to happen, and this is a fucking great girl. We're gonna have a great time, and it's gonna be fucking terrific. All right. So that's a key point. And this is true, in any level of life. The key is to be happy and comfortable within yourself, and look at other people as a bonus, and don't want too much from them. If your buddy doesn't want to hang out that night, don't, give him shit, or don't want too much. Just accept that other people are going to do what they want to do. Don't take it too personally. Let them do what they want to do, and if they want to come with you, then they come with you. If not, you're already happy and comfortable within yourself, so you can do all kinds of other things that make you happy without having to rely too much on other people. Okay? Number 2, want smart. Want smart means you're wanting less, but you're concentrating the amount of wants that you have. You're concentrating your wants on what gets you the highest return on your investment. If you check out my video on how to think like an investor, every major decision of your life should be calculated with, risk and return on your investment, because when you're putting time and energy and effort into something, you want to get the maximum return. And you should be concentrating your wants onto like 2 or 3 things that get you the maximum return, and investing yourself more into those areas than into other areas. All right. Focus your time, energy, money on your highest ROI wants. For example, let's say of your top 3 wants, money is one of your big wants. All right. So you're wanting smart, which means you go into sales. You can check out my book, How to Sell, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/how-to-sell, to see how to build a career in corporate sales and then get out and build a service-based business. So by going into that, you're spending 8 hours a day of your day concentrating on wanting smart. So you want money, and you're trying to get what you want from someone. So you're doing it as a professional. You're doing it 8 hours a day, and you're doing You know, you're staying in rapport with them, you're listening to their stories, you're doing all these things, you're calling them, you're taking care of your clients because you want that money. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to be a dick about it. Like, they obviously know that you want their money, but I'm saying to concentrate your wants onto that particular area. So if you really want money, don't just half-ass it or like hang around some rich guys hoping that they're gonna give you some money. Go after that money directly. Go after that money directly and focus a lot of time on it. All right. If you want sex and affection from girls, go hard on that. Go to where the sex and affection is. You know, go out, do day game. Check out my book, How to Get Laid on Tinder. You know, read the articles, watch the videos, want smart, and directly apply yourself to that. Don't just walk around or hang out with a group of people because there's a cute girl in it for like a week hoping that she might fuck you, right? Concentrate on that wanting. Concentrate and apply yourself to it directly so that you're getting the proper rate of return on it, all right? Another example is validation, all right? A large part of the reason I started this business is because validation. I have a higher need for validation than most people and for love and affection. And I've taken it, instead of like just trying to get it out of small groups of people and spending all my time being an alpha of this group and you know, setting up all these lifestyles and stuff, I just took it online, and now I get 1 million people reading my site a year. I mean, I get concentrated validation because I've done all this focus on it, and money. So it's like, for me, this is when I've killed two birds with a stone. I get money, validation, affection from you guys, and I get to give affection and validation, stuff like that. So like, I've concentrated the bulk of my time on this business because this business meets all three of my major wants. You know, with the exception of getting girls. Like, you know, I'm not getting girls through my YouTube videos, but other than that, pretty much every major want is met through my business, and it's completely scalable. All right. I've built in a validation scale. So instead of just being able to get validation from like 4 or 5 people, I'm getting it from fucking millions, right? And that's only gonna go increase as time goes on, all right? A lot of guys don't want to admit that they don't want to be liked and they don't want validation. That's fucking garbage, man. I want it, and this has been a great avenue for it, as well as getting money and as well as being able to do stuff that I like, all right? So concentrate your wants and scale your wants if possible. Do have your wants be concentrated and also have them be able to be scaled. Like, you know, whether it's business, you know, you can have a business that functions on an economy of scale because you're concentrating your wants and you're able to scale that quickly and get more money and more validation, right? Number 3, understand people. Understand motherfucking people. If you want to get what you want from people, you need to understand people. Very simple. Most people don't understand people, all right? Most people don't understand people because they're too fucking clouded by their own judgment and their own wants that they don't actually listen and watch and observe other people.